The assassin retrieved an ice bullet and loaded it into the chamber without hesitation. He then swiftly made his way to the rooftop of the Empire State Building, using a high-powered scope to aim at a corrupt official in the distance. But unexpectedly, the official's wife was the one who got shot. The assassin was baffled. He hadn't even pulled the trigger yet. How had she gone down? He used his scope to scan the scene, trying to find out who had fired before him. That's when he spotted a female reporter who had noticed him, and her cameraman had already called the police. With no other choice, he turned around and retreated inside, immediately reporting the situation to his superiors. Upon hearing the update, his superiors ordered him to evacuate the Empire State Building. Without hesitation, James dropped his weapon and bolted. Meanwhile, the reporter, realizing what she had just witnessed, came up with a plan. She secretly swapped out the original tape containing the truth, though the security guards still confiscated her camera. James rushed down the building using a maintenance chute and made his way to a safe house pre-arranged by his superiors. But just as he peered through the window to assess the situation outside, a shot rang out. Fortunately, he reacted in time and dodged it. But sirens suddenly blared as a swarm of police cars arrived downstairs. Without wasting a second, James grabbed the butt of his gun and smashed it against the wooden floor, desperately trying to carve out an escape route. Within moments, officers stormed the building, blasting through the door with gunfire. Seeing no other option, James dove into the hole he had just created and sprinted through the underground passages, eventually arriving at an abandoned warehouse. However, the officers were relentless, quickly closing in and cornering him. They threw tear gas into his hiding spot, filling the warehouse with thick smoke. As soon as the gas spread to every corner, a special forces team kicked down the door and began their search. Suddenly, James dropped down from an overhead ventilation duct, swiftly taking down a lone officer before vanishing into the shadows once again. By the time the team discovered their fallen comrade, James was already nowhere to be seen. With no other choice, the officers carried their injured teammate out of the building. But unbeknownst to them, one of the officers carrying the wounded man wasn't an officer at all, it was James in disguise. Using a stolen uniform, he had successfully infiltrated the evacuation and slipped away unnoticed. But just as he thought he was in the clear, a sniper rifle locked onto him.